Hello and welcome to another episode of Partner Pulse. Today I'm happy to be joined by Carla Naufal, Director of Strategic Partnerships at Netways. Carla, hi.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thanks for taking the time. Netways works with Liferay customers across the Middle East, and Carla and I will be talking about their journey with Liferay, strategic partnerships, of course AI, and how digital experience is evolving in the region. Carla, before we dive into strategy and AI and more, let's start a little bit more personally. Can you tell us about Netways, what your role focuses on at Netways, and how your journey with Liferay?
Yes, sure. Netways is a leading AI and digital transformation company operating in the Middle East and covering around 10 countries. We help companies throughout their AI transformational journey. And we have a big customer base in different industries, mainly in the public sector, but also we cover financial industry, education, manufacturing, and other industries. We enable those companies to go through their digital transformation projects and exercise and to be AI ready. And we have partnership with major software companies like Microsoft. We are partners to Microsoft since more than 25 years, also partners to IBM, Software AG, and obviously to Liferay. Now, our journey with Liferay started 2 years ago. And during those 2 years, we covered projects in UAE and Saudi Arabia, mainly in the public sector. And we became a platinum partner to Liferay in no time. And we are planning to expand this partnership into other countries.
Very interesting. In your role around strategic partnerships, you've been, I think, closely involved when Netways expanded its alliance with Liferay as recently as 2025. What changed in the market, maybe what changed in customer expectations that made this the right and maybe also the necessary moment to take that step?
Yeah. Actually, as you know, we are in the AI era, and all companies would like to integrate and to be AI ready, to integrate AI capabilities into their companies. Also, they need to provide the best experience to the customers. They need a centralized platform whereby customers, partners, employees can access one single unified platform. And this is where Liferay is a key player in that. Also, since we are in the digital transformation business, it was very normal to complement our offering with what Liferay is providing, especially that it's an AI-ready platform. So yes, this is the right time for the customer-facing experience, for the single platform communicating with all parties. And I think we have a great alliance in this term with Liferay.
You mentioned the term AI-ready just now. That's probably also a term a lot of your customers use today. It can also probably mean different things in practice. So when a client says to you, we want an AI-ready digital experience, what's your practical definition of AI-ready? And is it something that does concern, I don't know, architecture, data, or governance, or all of those? What's your definition?
I would say all of those. I mean, if you are building AI on top of data that is not reliable, not correct, you will have a wrong AI outcome. So data has to be reliable. It has to be well-defined, structured. Architecture is super important. It has to be modular, scalable, to be able to speak to many components and systems. And governance is key, because governance means compliance, security, and there are plenty of regulations across the Gulf, since I'm talking about the Middle East, that are related to a specific compliance to specific countries. So governance is key. And fortunately, Liferay covers the three aspects of being AI ready: data, architecture, and governance.
Okay. Maybe a follow-up on this. So you mentioned, is it very difficult to keep an overview? You mentioned a lot of different compliance regulations across the Gulf and the Middle East. So you have to take all of these into account when you do your projects. Huh?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Because there are those regulations that are related to data privacy, to where to store your data, where it should be, data sovereignty. So definitely you have to take into account all those aspects and to respect those regulations and to cater for them. And Liferay is helping in this sense because it can adapt to those regulations.
Across your different projects and industries in the Middle East, I think certain functionalities or features or capabilities, they tend to matter more than others. From your perspective, what are the Liferay capabilities and or features that delivered the most value for Netways customers, and why did they especially resonate in the public sector where you do most of your work?
Nice. Actually, Liferay has many functionalities, and we implemented the functionalities depending on the customer needs. And for each project, the customer was in need on specific features, specific functionalities. I will give a couple of examples. One of the ministries used to have or has 16 entities, 16 subsidiaries. So what we did is to integrate an online marketplace, helping to monetize the public services. So now they can sell subscriptions, ticketing online, and all those 16 entities had their own portals, but through the same architecture, the same platform, the same workflow. For another project, for instance, we had to build an employee portal, and this employee portal was communicating or was gathering the data, the systems within the company and in one place, and it was integrating very well with ERP. And this employee portal was able to provide the employees with everything they need within the organization and talking instead of having the employee going and taking the data from so many places. He can have all what he needs in a single unified platform. For another public sector company related to investment funds, we replaced a fragmented processes system by a unified platform where 30 services are present in one unified platform, and all the 30 services can be accessed throughout the same platform. And for projects whereby we integrate with their CRM and ERP systems. So I would say that it depends on every project, but to summarize, Liferay can help those entities to monetize their services, which is great. So it's not anymore a cost center, but a revenue generating center. And also it can help move from a fragmented system and processes to a unified platform. And it integrates very well with the back office of a company, whether ERP, CRM. So it has those accelerators that can integrate easily. And this is very well because it helps us reach a customer-facing experience through a single platform.
Mm-hmm. How often are you confronted in the projects with especially the public sector, is older legacy systems, is that a problem or an issue that you have to integrate and Liferay helps with that? Or is legacy systems not so much of an issue?
It's not so much of an issue because Liferay has needed accelerators. However, it's very important for Liferay to be able to communicate with those systems because, as you know, all those organizations, they have plenty of systems and back office softwares. So we cannot reinvent the wheel. We need a unified platform that can talk to all those systems. And Liferay so far is succeeding in that.
Okay. You mentioned you work around the Gulf or in the Gulf. Different regions tend to optimize, I would think, for different priorities, especially in digital platforms. If you had to choose Middle East buyers, what's more important or most important for them now? Optimizing for go-to-market, so speed to launch, for security and or compliance, or like something that I would call platform sovereignty. So this one unifying platform. And how does that affect platform decisions? So again, what's most important for them?
I would say that security and compliance are super important and key drivers because, as I said earlier, you have all those compliance and regulations in the Gulf, and you have to abide by those rules. So it's very important to guarantee the security and the data sovereignty first, and the security, and then of course you also have to be agile and to work on in a certain speed because you have to move very fast, especially when it's a company that is dealing with customer retail and customer facing system. But yes, I would say regulations, compliance, and security is key, definitely.
In closing, let's look into the future a little bit, and let's look into Liferay's and Netways' future. What's the next capability or maybe feature that you want Netways and that you would like Netways and Liferay to be known for together? And what would need to happen to get there?
The positive about it is that Liferay has a high responsiveness, so they are still building more capabilities into the product, but they are moving fast, and this is very important. So I believe together we can complement what would be an AI transformation journey, and we can provide all the elements needed together, especially to industries like the public sector, the financial sector, and also other industries. And again, we are building a very strong partnership, and when you are acting quickly, you can build easily for the future, and I'm confident that we will be having great joint successes in the near future.
Thank you. Perfect closing remarks. Thank you for your time, Carla. It was very nice talking to you, and talk to you again soon. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.